On to my 34th car. That was a BMW 316i E30. I was gonna do a complete resto drift project, so I stripped it all down, made a rotisserie with my friend, started fixing rust and stuff like that, but then I decided I didn't want to really live in Iceland anymore, so I sold it for way too cheap, whatever I put in it, but these dead things just really hold you down, so you gotta get rid of something to keep moving forward. So I sold it, and this was a picture of it. Onto my 35th car. I was gonna buy it as a daily, just a E34 520. Bought it not running, but the guy said it didn't overheat, so I took a chance. But it ended up being the head gasket and the cracked head, so, and kind of rusty car, so I ended up just getting rid of it. So, 36th car, which was bought just for a daily. I got it cheap, so I bought it just to daily drive while I found another car. It was a Mercedes-Benz W124 1986, really old. The seats had springs in them, like you could really feel it. Just a really old school and not really in good condition, but it worked. So I drove it, no power at all. Good. Onto my 37th car. That was a BMW 320 diesel turbo. Automatic, just used it as a daily. I just put some winter wheels on it because it was winter back then, but it had really bad tires, so just put 15-inch wheels, actually from the E34, so it was really, like, the tires were really balloony, big tires, but it didn't scrape at all, so just used it like that. My 38th car, which I traded the E46 up to with some money, was a BMW X5 SUV E53, 3-liter gasoline. What I did to it, 20-inch E70 wheels, 30mm lower springs all around, taillights, the old ones was broken, and exhaust mufflers because the original on these cars are really ugly. So I put like a IS style mufflers on it. Sounded a little bit better, and ended up selling it to my parents, and they still own it today. So, and these are pictures before and when I sold it. I actually did buy a IS lip kit all around it. It's just in the garage at home. Maybe it will be put on the car, I don't know, but in the future. But onto my 39th car, BMW E34 525 gasoline automatic. Just was gonna daily it. So when I tried it and was looking at it at first, there were no symptoms of head gasket or anything. It didn't smoke at all. But eventually it started to smoke a lot. And again, head gasket. I realized I have had a few cars with a head gasket problem. Not really lucky about that. But all the thing I did to this car was ordered 18-inch wheels on it while I was working on it before I knew it was broken. And here are pictures of it with the wheels. Stay hydrated, guys. Oh, on to my 40th car. It was a BMW E46 330 diesel turbo. It was also mapped, so it had really great power. Automatic, great daily. It was pre-facelift. I'll just put a picture of it right here. What I did to it, complete facelift front end swap, fenders, hood, kidney grills, headlights, list under the headlights, and then I got a M3 replica front bumper for it. The wheels were a little bit wobbly, so I had them fixed and then coated white. I thought it looked really good. Blacked out grills. I did a swirl flap delete to the intake because these M57 and M47 diesel engines have like a swirl flap, and oftentimes they break, so it's just good to get rid of them. So I bought a delete kit and took the intake off and put the tabs in so it wouldn't happen, just to be safe. Also the lock on the driver's side was broken, so I bought a repair kit and fixed the lock. New hood emblem, M-TAC steering wheel. Ooh, hot in here. So yeah, it looked much better after the modification I did to it. I'll put a picture of it right here. So the last car I had was a Jeep Cherokee 2.5 liter gasoline manual. Bought it to drive while I was modifying the 330 diesel, and I was gonna drive it in the wintertime, but really ended up just driving the BMW. I trusted it more. I knew how it handled, and the Cherokee didn't have quite good tires on it, so, and the BMW had new winter tires, and I really most of the time I've driven the winters in a BMW, so I know how they handle. I'm used to it, so I didn't really trust the Cherokee. So I ended up selling the Cherokee before I sold the BMW. Then I sold the BMW, and yeah, these are the cars that I had last. Before I got here to California, I was driving one of Dad's cars, just a beater Sangyong Muso, a diesel manual, just a really slow car, but it worked. And now I'm here in California. I want to buy a car right now, but it's not a good idea right away until I find a job, so I'm just gonna wait and see what happens, because it's good to have the money. If I buy a car, spend all my money, if I run out of money before I get a job, what am I gonna do with the car? What am I gonna do? So I'm just gonna rent a car once in a while and take the buses and parts and stuff. But when I find a job that I like and start having income, I'll buy a car, start modifying again. It's really my interest. But until then, I'm just gonna enjoy life, go to the gym, explore, try to go to car meets, even though I really don't know anyone here, but maybe I'll find some friends through cars if I go to meetings, or at the gym. Let's see what happens. Well, that was my long list of cars that I've had in the last 10 years. And yeah, now you know what cars I've had, what they look like. Most of them, I didn't have pictures of them all, but thanks for watching. Until next time, just keep pursuing your dreams, your goals, and see you next time.